A very good morning to all. Welcome to my YouTube channel Rajni Classes. Today I will start topic monitoring of microbial contaminants part 2. Part 1 of this topic we have finished in our previous lecture. So today I will start the next thing in my monitoring of microbial contaminants. This include basically the sample preservation techniques because in previous lecture we have finished the sampling strategies and sampling strategies for monitoring of microbial contaminants that present in air, water, soil and food samples. So basically today we will discuss on sample preservation technique. There are various methods for sample preservations. These methods include periodic transfer of fresh mediums. All these methods we will discuss in detail after this slide. So first thing is the periodical transfer of fresh medium, or we can say subculturing method. Second one is the storage in sterile soil condition. Third is the saline suspension. Fourth is the oil overlay. Oil or paraffin wax we can overlay on the microbial culture. So this is the next way of preservation of microbial culture. Suspended metabolism, storage at low temperature, freezing drying and storage in silica gels. So these are some equipments that helpful in preservation of microbial contaminants or preservation of. So first thing, that is the periodic transfer of fresh media. The strains can be maintained by periodically preparing a fresh culture from the previous stock culture. For example, if this is the previous stock culture, again we made a fresh culture with the help of this previous culture. Okay. Periodically means time to time preparing fresh culture from the previous stock culture. This come under the periodic transfer of fresh media. And the culture media, the storage temperature and the time interval at which the transfer are made vary with the species. Means at what time we transfer these old culture media into a new culture media, at what temperature, what the storage temperature is required for this, it vary on the species. It depends on the type of species present in this culture media. The temperature and the type of medium chosen should support a slow rather than a rapid rate of growth. Many of the more common heterotrophs remain viable for a several weeks or months for a medium like nutrient agar. So heterotrophs bacteria may remain viable for several weeks, even for a month, means approximately 30 days in a medium like nutrient agar. Disadvantage of this method or this preservation method is of failing to prevent changes in the characteristic of strain due to development of variant and mutants. Means it may possible that there may development of variants and mutant in that culture medium. Risk of contamination is more in this periodic transfer of fresh media culture, and it may be possible to change in genetic and biochemical characteristics. The main advantage of this periodic transfer of fresh media is that it is a very simple method. Any special apparatus are not required and easy to recover the culture. So this is all about your periodic transfer of fresh media type of preservation technique. Next thing is freezing drying technique, or we can say lyophilization. Freezing dry technique or lyophilization is a process where water and other solvents are removed from the frozen product by sublimation. Means we remove the solvents that present in that microorganism or that present in that particular bacteria by the sublimation process come under the freezing dry or lyophilization process. Sublimation occurs when a frozen liquid goes directly to a gaseous state without entering a liquid phase. This is very important process, that is the lyophilization. Once this question came in net examination, what do you mean by lyophilization? Lyophilization is different from cryopreservation. Okay, Lyophilization means the process where water and other solvents that present in living organisms are removed from the frozen product via sublimation. Sublimation means when a frozen liquid goes directly to a gaseous stage without entering a liquid phase. So it is recommended using slow rate of cooling, as this will result in formation of vertical ice crystal structure, thus allowing for more efficient water sublimation from the frozen product. These products are hygroscopic and must be protected from the moisture during storage, because once it exposed with the moisture, the sample will not be preserved. Under these conditions, the microbial cells are hydrated and their metabolic activities are stopped. Microbes goes into dormant state and remain viable for years. Means in previous technique, microbes remain viable for a week or maximum for a month. But by this methods, the culture, or we can say microbial activity, we can capture the microbial activity and microbes go into the dormant stage and it remain viable for years. Lyophilized or freeze-dried pure culture and then sealed and stored in dark at 4 degrees centigrade in refrigerator. Means we can keep these samples at 4 degrees centigrade in refrigerator for a longer period of time. So this is the most frequent used technique by culture collection centers. Many species of bacteria preserved by this method have remained viable and unchanged. The advantage of lyophilization method is that it requires minimum storage space. Means within a freeze we can keep many of the microbial samples at 4 degree centigrade, and 100 of the lyophilized culture can be stored in a small area. Small vials can be sent conveniently through the mail to other microbiology laboratories where when packed in a special sealed milling. Next is cryopreservation. Again, this is very important thing for net point of view. This question has also came in net examination. What do you mean by cryopreservation, or at what temperature is required for cryopreservation? So freezing in liquid nitrogen temperature at minus 196 degrees centigrade, or in the gas phase above the liquid nitrogen at minus 150 degrees centigrade. So usually we can say minus 196 degree centigrade temperature, freezing in liquid nitrogen temperature is required for cryopreservation, or in gas phase above the liquid nitrogen temperature, that is minus 150 degrees centigrade, is required for cryopreservation. It helps survival of pure culture for long storage time. In this, cultures are rapidly frozen. In this means in cryopreservation techniques, cultures are rapidly frozen in liquid nitrogen at minus 196 degrees centigrade in presence of stabilizing agents such as glycerol or dimethyl sulfoxide, DMSO. Okay, so again note down these things. This is very important. First thing is cryopreservation is done at minus 196 degree temperature, freezing in liquid nitrogen temperature, and with this there is need for stabilizing agent like the glycerol or dimethyl sulfoxide that prevent the cell damage due to the formation of ice crystals and promote cell survival. The liquid nitrogen methods has been successful with many species that cannot be preserved by lyophilization, and most species can viable up to 10 to 30 years without undergoing change. So this is again improvement over previous methods, that the species can viable up to 10 to 30 years without any genetic changes or without any mutation in cryo. Next is agar slant culture. This is next method of microbial contaminants preservation or microorganisms preservation in culture condition. All microbiology laboratories preserve microorganisms on agar slant. These slants are incubated for 24 hours or more and are then stored in refrigerator. These cultures are periodically transferred to fresh media. So in this type of culture, agar sand culture, sometime covered with oil, like the paraffin oil, this is called paraffin method, and the agar slant are inoculated and incubated until good growth appear. Then they can then covered with sterile mineral oil to a depth of 1 centimeter above the tip of the slant surface. If this is the nutrient medium and this is the slant surface, then what happen? Uh, the sterile mineral oil to a depth of 1 centimeter above the 1 centimeter means the height from slant to oil is approximately 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter above the tip of the slant surface. This is the slant surface. So above the tip of this slant surface, the oil is 1 centimeter above this surface. Many bacterial species can preserve by covering the growth on agar slant with a sterile mineral oil. Oil must cover the slant completely. Means oil cover the all slant completely. Oil reduces the loss of water and also slow down the exchange of gas within the organism and surrounding. This is the simple and most economical method for preserving bacteria and fungi where they remain viable for several years even at room temperature. Next is saline suspension method for preservation of microorganisms. Saline suspension method, in this sodium chloride in high concentration is frequently used an inhibitor of bacterial growth. Bacteria are suspended in 1% salt solution, sublethal concentration in screw caps tubes to prevent evaporation. The tubes are stored at room temperature and whenever needed, the transfer is made on agar stand. So this is again a very simple technique. What we will do here, only putting the 1% salt solution on the nutrient medium or on the bacterial culture. Next is preservation by drying in vacuum. Here organisms are dried over calcium chloride in vacuum and are stored in refrigerator. Some functions of harmful soil microorganisms. First and very important thing is induction of plant diseases and animal diseases. Second thing is the stimulation of soil-borne pathogens. Then immunobilization of plant nutrients and inhibition of seed germinations. It also inhibits plant growth and development and produce phytotoxic substances. Microorganisms may be autotrophic or maybe heterotrophic. Autotrophic microorganisms or autotrophic soil bacteria are the bacteria that make their food by own. The examples of Nitrosomonas, this is the gram-negative aerobic bacteria. It converts ammonium into nitrate. This is called the nitrification process. This is the first step of nitrification process, and second is the nitrobacter. Nitrobacter is a gram-negative aerobic bacteria. It converts nitrite into nitrate, and this is the second step of nitrification. Third autotrophic bacteria is Thiobacillus. This is the third example. First example of autotrophic bacteria is Nitrosomonas. Second is the Nitrobacter. Third is the Thiobacillus. Thiobacillus is a gram-negative aerobes. It oxidizes sulfur into SO4 2-, that is the sulfur oxidation process. And second bacteria is Thiobacillus denitrificans. Thiobacillus denitrificans is the gram-negative facultative aerobes bacteria and it oxidizes sulfur and function as the denitrifying bacteria. Then Thiophailus pyridoxidans. Pyridoxidans is a gram-negative aerobic bacteria and it oxidizes Fe2 plus to Fe3 plus. There are some examples of heterotrophic soil bacteria also, like the Actinomycetes, Bacillus, Clostridium, Methanotrophs, Rhizobium, Frankia, Agrobacterium, all these. Actinomycetes, Bacillus, Clostridiums, all these are the gram-positive aerobic as well as anaerobic bacteria, where Methanotrophis is the aerobic bacteria. And all these are Rhizobacterium, Frankia, and Agrobacterium are gram-negative, and aerobic bacteria and Frankia and Azotobacter are gram-negative aerobic bacteria. So all these are gram-negative aerobic bacteria, and these are gram-positive bacteria. Okay, so again heterotrophs are the gram positive or gram negative. Same way, autotrophs are gram negative as well as gram positive. Most of the time it is gram negative type of bacteria. So most of the autotrophic organisms are gram negative type of bacteria. So this is all about your second part of microbial contaminants, methodology for determination of microbial contaminants. So this include preservation of microbial cultures, types of microorganisms, uses of microorganisms in beneficial way as well as non-beneficial way, means how it harmful to the environment and how it is beneficial for the environment, and the types of microorganisms, that is autotrophic and heterotrophic. So this is all about today's lecture. Thank you. This will help you in the NET examination also. Thank you.